Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Tourists Now Ignoring the Open Drug Wars in Mexico's Riviera. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. The crime in Mexico is getting worse than ever. 2 women were killed in the crossfire when rival drug gangs started shooting at each other on a popular sidewalk restaurant in Tulum. In another location, gunmen battled on the beach near Puerto Morelos as tourists scrambled and then ran into a Hyatt hotel to avoid gunfire. A killer for hire bought a day pass to an all-inclusive resort in Playa del Carmen to carry out a hit at a poolside snack bar. But here's the really interesting part. All the violent incidents along the country's Riviera Maya, as it's called, that's the strand of the Caribbean beaches 80 miles south of Cancun, known as the Mayan ruins of the Tulum. This hasn't seemed to scare off the vacationers or the tourists who still arrived by the millions last year to spend a holiday on the beach, dive the coral reefs, or dance in the boho bars. For some reason, the consensus among many tourists is that it's all drug violence, so it doesn't affect us. They say, we just don't put ourselves in situations where we're going to be in trouble. We don't do drugs, we don't deal drugs, we don't stay out late, so we feel safe. The region, part of the state of Quintana Roo, quickly reopened after the first few months of the pandemic, as Mexico welcomed foreign tourists while much of the country stayed open. The country imposed not a single restriction on entry by air. Travelers vaccinated or unvaccinated could come in without testing for the virus and faced no quarantines. Within Mexico, shutdowns varied according to the state and even the Quintana Roo as the pandemic progressed. There were limits on occupancy of hotels and restaurants and widespread use of masks indoors. Tourists often seem to take the rules more lightly than most resident Mexicans. The city of Tulum continued to party, and in November 2020, it hosted a 5-day festival. Now that tourists have returned in full force to all the Riviera Maya, its long festering problems are coming into focus. Alongside the glitz of the region's all-inclusive resorts, authorities and business groups say there are places entrenched in criminal gangs activity, and they openly operate and sell drugs and continue to extort local businesses. The warning signs have been there for several years, particularly in the region's largest town, Playa del Carmen, where an attack on an international music festival in 2017 killed 5 people. In 2019, gunmen opened fire in a local working-class bar, killing 7 men. What is new is how openly the gangs have taken their battles to the heart of the tourist zone. There was recent violence in Tulum on October 20th when the leader of a gang ran into a restaurant to escape the attack posed by rivals. And when that occurred, a woman from Germany and an Indian-born woman who lived in California were both injured. Some 2 weeks later, on November 4th, 2 gangs engaged in a shootout on a beach near Puerto Morelos called Bahia Pitapich as tourists at the Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun Hotel fled into the lobby where crouching staff ushered them up to the stairs into safe rooms. 2 of the gunmen were killed and a tourist from Utah was injured. What makes it shocking is that people feel safe at these all-inclusive resorts. At the Hotel Xcaret in Playa del Carmen, on January 21st, a gunman managed to gain entry to the hotel grounds where authorities say he shot and killed 2 Canadian men and injured the wife of one of them. The murder victims had ties to organized crime in Canada. Apparently, they were killed over a debt related to arms and drug trafficking. A man accused of scouting the complex for several days before the hit and driving the getaway car, as well as the Canadian woman who was seen speaking to the hitman before the shooting, are both under arrest. Those killings were followed by the murder of the Argentine manager of a beach club in Playa del Carmen on January 25th. Authorities say that he was killed by members of a gang that had planned a giant party at the club. When municipal authorities blocked the event, the gang took revenge on the club. And the violence has continued. On February 19th, rival drug dealers opened fire at Art Beach, Tulum, and 2 of the dealers there were killed. That event highlighted how Tulum, in particular, has become the center of drug consumption in the Riviera Maya. 10 gangs have carved up sales in the areas, and when they encroach on each other's territory, what begins as a minor crime selling drugs ends in tragedy. So how does all of this affect whether or not tourists should go to Mexico? We don't make travel recommendations in situations like this, but here's what a lot of other people are doing. They're doing a lot of research and talking to friends and family, people who've traveled there before they make their plans. Does it appear as though the drug wars and battles on the streets of tourist areas in Mexico have increased? Absolutely. Would I go to Mexico now on vacation? No. Mexico doesn't have an exclusive on sunshine and warm weather. There are a lot of other places I can go where I wouldn't get shot at. But you should do your own research because I haven't been to Mexico in decades. Good luck and stay safe. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.